Hey, hey, all right. Welcome, everybody.
Hi, Don.
All right, John.
How are
Hey,
you?
John.
Good.
Hey, John.
Glad you are all here. Get over to the page here. My. Here we go. Welcome to week 8 and week 7 of our reviews. The next assignment will go up. I'm just waiting actually for a video to process, and then when that's done processing, it'll go up. Not in the middle of the show, obviously, but at some point in the next couple hours. So watch for that. So as usual, if there's anyone who has to leave early because of a prior commitment, maybe you've got a meeting at the Hague or hanging out at someplace important, let me know and we'll get you first or second or whatever. Just let me know. Otherwise, we're going to take a quick view here of we've shrunk. We went from 80 plus images the first week to 50 plus images. I guess my assignments were just too hard or something. Anyway, here we go. I got to share the screen with you now. There it is. All right. I'll share with you something because we only have 50 pictures, so I got a little bit of time here. I'm going to share with you something. If you want your photography to be better than it is, not better than someone else's or whatever, just better than it is, then you have to start asking better questions before you click the shutter. One of the questions to ask is, have I seen this before? Another question is, what does the angle I'm using with my camera, what does this angle provide that made me choose it? Because if you chose it because that's how high your tripod was the last time you made a photograph, that's not a good reason. Why did you choose the height, the point of view that you did? Does it bring something else, bring something out in the image? Everything you do is in service of making that image look better. And you've got to ask yourself questions, lots and lots of questions. I've got a kicker light. I've got a second light. What's it doing? Is that important? Does it make the picture better in your mind, not in someone else's mind? We can remember we can't go out and try to do shots for everybody else because we don't know what they're up to, and we cannot be in service to someone else's whims. It's not possible. So first one up here is this one, and Mike Carpenter. I just like this shot so much. Mike, you did such a perfect shot with it. Is the bottle laying down?
It is. Yeah, those are both laying on a piece of white plexi that's on the floor, and the light is off to the left.
Yeah. It's such an optical surprise when you realize that the rose is not in the vase, it's actually in the shadow of the vase. Absolutely perfect shot for this assignment because you did exactly what I wanted. The shadow is so important in this picture because it reveals the rose and the vase, but it reveals them in a way that's surprising to the viewer. It's a really great shot. Looks like you've got some sort of, was it a surface layer or a?
Yeah, I went back into analog effects and one of the other Nick filters and color effects were the two that I used, and put some texture on the white plexi. That white plexi was too white. Needed to have something there, and then removed it off the rose. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. All right.
Hey, and I got to tell you, Tammy Bogastrand took this file and did another version of it where she mirrored the shadow and had the shadow coming down inside the actual vase, and it looks really cool. I think she's got it down in the comments.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was a really neat idea. It was fun to see her do that. Yeah.
In the comments of your page?
In the comments of this particular, no, that particular image. Yeah, it's down in there. There it is. Yeah.
Well, that's Tammy.
Yeah, it was great. It was really cool to see it.
Yeah. That's very clever.
Yeah.
Great job. Really great job, Tammy. Awesome. Super awesome. Mike, it's a great shot.
Thank you.
If you're asking, is this portfolio worthy? I would say yes and no. If you don't have anything else with this sort of textury overlay or whatever you want to call it, then
Right.
no, because it's just going to stand out.
Yep.
But if you said, for instance, a series of vases with dead flowers with that texture on it, then I would say absolutely. Okay? Because
Yeah,
by itself, it's just going to sort of be that, it's like that one hand-colored shot in your portfolio. It's like, what?
still lifes have never really been my thing, right? I've never had the skill to pull off a successful still life, so there aren't many of those. But to do a series of those would be kind of interesting.
Yep. Very nice, man.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Yeah. Rubik's Cube from Eileen Thomas.
Hey, Mike. Hey there. I'm here.
Hi. You've got a shadow going over the cube, and then you've lit the cube.
That's actually a magnifying glass from a third-hand tool.
Okay. And yet you've lit the tube from the side here, it looks like, to light it up here.
Yeah. It's coming from behind the scenes. It's the next shot. Yeah. It's very simple setup.
Okay.
Very simple. And I use my Bronica, as you.
Shot it on film, did you?
I did.
Wow. Extra points. Extra points because you couldn't see it while you were doing it.
What do you mean?
You couldn't. You didn't have a LCD panel.
Well, I had a viewfinder.
That's all we used to have. Yes, but
Yeah. That's how I grew up, Don. I grew up shooting film in the 60s, 70s.
Yep. Eileen, tell me, how many times did you look at the back hoping a picture was going to be there? Come on.
I actually knew it wouldn't be there.
No, I have a friend of mine who has a video of me flipping my RB down to look at the back of it.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Getting a digital back for these things is very nice.
Whenever you, it's not a digital back, it's a regular film back. There was no image there. Whenever that happens, though, and someone catches it, you just tell them you're checking the film speed. So,
yeah.
Really nice shot, Eileen.
Yeah, thank you. I was trying to reproduce a shot I did in January on digital. That's in the comment there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see it over here, yeah.
So I thought I'd try to do it on film. Not as colorful, but.
Well, I don't think it's supposed to be colorful. Let's see here. All right, nice. Very similar.
Yep, nice. I tried to reproduce it.
Yeah, super nice. I love it. I love this shadow, this mysterious shadow over it, and the fact that light is sneaking underneath it and lighting it up there. That's really clever, Eileen. Good job.
I know. That's what I like about that magnifier, because the lens focusing light, but all around it is all dark.
Yep.
Yeah, very cool.
Yep.
Thank you, Don.
Yep, it's just a great shot and a great idea and a great use of light, letting the magnifying glass actually throw that sharp little bit of light there. It's so cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Very good. Frank Grieger.
Yes, how are you today, Don?
Good, Frank. How are you?
Pretty good. It's getting hot and toasty here in Austin, Texas. So
We're pushing 107 today.
we're close to 99. So
but
Hot stuff.
you have humidity.
Drip.
Yeah, we
Oh,
have
drip.
4 or 5% out there today, so it's just like a pizza oven. That looks you know, you've lit this from the side. You got a nice highlight here. I wish we could have seen the whole shadow and caught this guy's
Mm-hmm.
silhouette here. Look, Facebook thinks it's a person.
Yes, type a name. Foamed.
Foamhead.
Well, this is
Yeah.
the first concept that popped into my mind when you released the assignment.
Yeah. I think you're almost there. I think, like I said, I think the shadow of the guy's head would be very, very cool. The other thing, watch out for this, and I think you must have done it on purpose, but I'm going to tell you I probably wouldn't do it on purpose. The center of your spray light should be behind this guy, not in the center of the picture. Should be behind your subject. Now, I'm saying should, not must, okay? So there may be many reasons not to do that. But in this case, it doesn't help the image. It doesn't help sell the image because it looks
Right.
off a little bit.
I get it.
Do you have a behind the scenes or what are you using?
I just made a lighting diagram. I forgot that I used a flash with a gel behind a scrim and a flash with a Fresnel on it to get the spotlight going.
Oh, you used a Fresnel. Okay. Very nice. All of the way the Fresnel falls off here. Nice. What strobe did you use? What flash?
I used speed lights. The Fresnel was a Magmod beam thing.
Okay.
Worked, and the backlight was a Magmod dome with a blue gel on it.
Yep. Absolutely.
When you don't have modeling light, it takes a while to see these things in the dark, but that's what I did. It's fun.
Sounds good. Good job.
Thank you.
Yep. Mr. Fidel. Don, are you out there? All right. We'll wait. If he comes in, we'll catch him. If he doesn't, we'll come back and do this picture at the end. Let me write Don Fidel. All right. Next up. Next up is Leonardo.
Hi, Don.
Hi, Leonardo. What is all of this color here? This is sort of like cinema there. What's going on?
I use two flashlights. One is natively blue. The other, I put a gel on it.
Okay.
Just while I was waiting for my turn, I was thinking it would be interesting if I turned this photograph in black and white in Next software and play
yeah,
with
maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, play with contrast and playing, and just will be a totally different image. Just now, it just came to my mind just now.
Yep. The thing that would worry me is that this color and this colors over here are so similar. I'm not seeing any black and white contrast there.
Oh,
That would be tough. You'd have to mask it and build it in. But yeah, and the other thing we wouldn't see that we see right now so beautifully is the orange coming down here, because in black and white, that blue and that orange can be the same.
right. Oh, I see.
You're just going to be the same. It's just going to sort of kind of fall into the same luminance. I like the shot. I think it's very cool. I like your shadow coming forward here. That's cool. Do you have a lighting diagram here for us?
Yeah, it's in the back. One thing I didn't predict was the blue light in the back is going up, like it's a 3D.
Here?
Yeah, but it's not going up. There is just a flat piece of paper there.
I thought you did that on purpose.
Well, of course I did. No, I'm joking. But you'll see the next, that is what my son was holding a flashlight, the two flashlights, and moving it around.
That's cool. Well, this is a happy accident.
Yeah.
So what I would do is try to figure out how to recreate that, do it again, so you know how to recreate it, and then you just put it away in your little toolbox, because that's very cool. That 3D thing is really pretty cool. I had no idea how you created it. None.
It's the property of the crystal angel. That's a crystal angel, pure crystal. I think it's the property because I tried different crystal object like bottles, crystal bottles, other crystal, and they didn't do it. It was very plain. But as soon as I hit this object with the two flashlights, was like,
This is
I don't know, incredible.
yeah, this is one of those things that happens when you take it in and the art director goes, "That's so cool. That's what we want to do on this crackers box." You go, "Yeah, no, that isn't going to work on a crackers box. It works on that guy right there." Yeah, very cool, man. I like it. Thank you for your behind the scenes. Light painting is getting really popular again, and I'm so glad to see it. I think people who do light painting, I think it's just a great exercise. Hey there, Greg.
Hey, Don, how are you?
Good. That's fun. Is that your camera right there in your hand?
Yeah, it is. My iPhone. Actually, I made 2 U-turns on the freeway to finally get that shot. The first 2 didn't work out.
I can just hear you talking to the state trooper right now, saying, no, I had to turn around and go back because I needed a picture of the shadow of my VW on the wall. And the trooper is going to go, no, why did you really turn around? That excuse ain't going to fly, Craig.
Right. Yeah, I understood if you saw me do it both times. I mean, just
Yeah, that's very cool. The only thing I would do, seriously, just add a little contrast to it.
yeah, okay.
Just darken it up a little bit. That's very cool. I like the motion in it and everything. It's neat.
All right, thanks.
What a great shot, man. What a great shot. What do you got a shooting rack up on top?
Now it's a full-length rack. Yeah, I can stand on it, put all my gear up there if I wanted for a different perspective. It was custom made by the hotel that had a Volkswagen bus back in the day. Put all the luggage when they shuttle customers back and forth to the airport.
That's where Ansel made so many of his great photographs, on top of that old panel wagon.
Yeah. So yeah, it'll support me in all my gear.
That's nice. That's nice. I wouldn't drive around with your gear up there, but it's nice to be able to be up there. Donna Kane.
Hey, Don.
Hey, now, are these shot in position or is this a Photoshop?
It's shot in position. The next picture shows the behind the scenes.
Well, look at you. I would have, if you had said that was Photoshop, I would not have doubted you. I see your lines inside your marbles are a little bit off, but this is just perfect in there. That's really cool. What a nice design.
Thank you.
How did you see this in your head?
I actually was kind of going through Pinterest and I saw something with something else. And the only thing I had were these beads, 10mm beads. So I thought I would try that.
And your depth of field?
F16?
Okay. So you were able to get the whole thing in a...
Pretty much, yeah.
That's just a really fun picture. Good
Thanks.
for you.
It was fun to do.
Yeah. We
They
got color.
kept rolling away on me, so it was challenging.
Beeswax. Michael's Art Supply or any of the art supplies, Joann's or anything, they'll have a thing called beeswax.
Okay.
You get a little container about this big. It is pricey. It's gonna be $12 or $15, but it's a lifetime amount. You take a little bit of beeswax and you put it on there. The reason is the beeswax won't leave any residue on your marble or your bead or even paper. No
Okay.
residue at all. And you just take a little piece and you can just stick it down.
Oh,
And then when you're done,
good
you
to
pick
know.
them all up and smash them together and put them back in the container.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. There's a thing called museum. Is it museum clay or museum putty? That works the same way, but it's very pricey. Beeswax is better.
I'm in Canada, so I'll have to look at Michael's, I guess, to see what they have.
Now in Canada, it's $74.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
yeah. It's just the way Canada works. No, I don't. I have
Oh, I know. We are more expensive for sure.
up there. Once in Canada, I went to buy a roll of film and I thought, yeah, no. Well,
Yeah.
stay with digital. Yeah, it's crazy. Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's really just a clever shot. Well done.
Thanks.
And you got your flash way over there. All right.
Yeah, I did move it into the corner further when I put it on a stand and I adjusted my paper and stuff to get the shot that I finally ended up with.
Okay. And that snoot just kept the light from bouncing around and creating
Yeah.
additional shadows here, which
Yes.
can happen with straws. Very nice.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Don,
Yes.
this is Don Fidel. I'm sorry I'm late. I was on a phone call. Did you just have any general comments on my image? I don't mean to disrupt the flow of this. But
I'm sorry.
did you have any general comments on the image?
Yeah, I'm going to go back. I wrote it down to go back to you.
Okay, good. All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Really well done. And a 50 millimeter lens. Super.
Yes. Yeah.
I'll keep that up because that's very, very fun. You should stay doing little cool things like this. Are you a photographer?
Well, not by trade. I've been dabbling in it for probably over 10 years now. So
Huh, cool.
yeah, that was
Well,
fun. It was a lot of fun.
Keep dabbling.
Thanks.
Absolutely. Don, that's really cool, man. Beautiful. It's a
thank
great
you.
illustration of when we talk about how the closer the subject or the flag is to the subject, the sharper it is. In this case, the scissors are the flag and the white is the subject. And it's so sharp down here, the shadow is so sharp. But as it gets farther away, it gets softer. Really, very cool. Very cool. I like your all your white space around it.
Yeah, I wanted something really graphic, so.
Yeah, it's really cool. This would make an awesome print.
Oh, thanks.
I'm serious. I think that'd be a great print, man. I'd make it big, like 16 by 24 or something. And just now, is it still in color? Or did you convert it to black and white?
You know, I converted to black and white, but there wasn't really a heck of a lot of difference.
No. And your behind the scenes shot. This is great. Don't you guys love the behind the scenes shot where you can see what somebody else has done and just like, learn from it? It's a good shot, Don. Tells us exactly what you did. Your camera is positioned where?
Well, I hand held it.
Okay.
It was.
There's your tripod over there. So the camera was
I got it
here
out of the way.
somewhere.
Right, correct. It was, to the right of that C-stand.
Okay. And you handheld the shot as well?
Yeah, because I was struggling with angles. So
Got it.
I got tired of messing with the tripod.
And you had a modeling light on?
Yes.
Yeah. See this step down here?
No, I didn't have the modeling light on, not with the snoot. That thing would get so hot. That shadow was just from the overhead lights.
Yeah. Yeah, this one is, yeah. Didn't you turn it on just to position it?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
I just started shooting away.
when you see these snoots and they have these little step downs here, the reason they have the step downs is perfectly visible in Don's shot, and that is it is a perfectly snooted light. There is not that little second shadow or second reflection coming off of a reflector. The step down actually kills it and it becomes that sharp. Really, really sharp light. Great job, Don. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for your great behind the scenes as well. We didn't get a behind the scenes of Greg's though. Should have got a selfie, Greg. I mean, like just don't post it. Don't post it. Newsome come looking for your butt, buddy. I mean, right now.
Oh yeah, for that, lots of other things.
Could have asked the trooper for the behind the scenes.
Yeah, with a small fine for the state too. This is Alex's. I love this, Alex.
Oh, thanks.
Your choice of the background, which has that sort of, because of this shadow right here, it has that sort of MC Escher look. Like flat, and then all of a sudden, like, what? Wait a minute, are we looking down now? It's like, I love it, love it. What was your ambient to keep your shadows up?
The sunshine.
Okay, but I mean, how far?
So how do you mean? Sorry.
How far under your flash exposure, or is this all sunlight?
There's just sunshine. Seriously, I was out on my terraza, and we've had a weekend of really, really hot sunshine, no clouds at all. Would have been kind of quite middle of the day.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, pretty direct. I mean, I was sweating. I actually got sunburnt shooting this.
So we're not supposed to make you sick from these assignments, please. Yeah, you know what? What's fun about working with shadows is all of a sudden that middle part of the day, like 10 o'clock, it's a short shadow. If that's what you want, then you go out and shoot at 10 o'clock. So I don't like middle of the day light usually when I'm trying to do the work I like to do on my motorcycle and stuff. But it's great when you want shadows.
Mm-hmm.
And what you could do also, Alex, next time you try this after your sunburn heals, all the blisters go away, that peeling thing. Anyway,
it wasn't that bad.
is get a bright silver like aluminum foil thing. But you know how we always use the back side of the aluminum foil, the sort of the gray side, flip it over and get that super chrome, make it like about as wide as the roll of aluminum foil and twice as long piece of card, and then carefully mount it so it's absolutely like a mirror.
Okay.
And then take that and bounce that in from a different angle.
Oh, cool.
Because it's so bright, it'll throw a shadow. It'll throw a nice sharp edge shadow right to the other side.
Oh, interesting.
Could be fun. And there's her studio right there. That's a great shot, Alex. Perfect. Yeah, add it to your book. Do a couple more, add them to your book. Okay. Good color all the way through too.
Thanks.
I love it when you can see the photographer's work there. And when I say that, I mean, notice the colors, notice the yellow and the yellow and the yellow through here, and then the gray of the chrome with the gray of everything is thought out, folks. Nothing's left to chance. This is Old Fashioned Cheese Grater by Kevin Richardson.
Hi.
Hi, Kevin.
No then.
What?
Are we not on?
It's just Kev?
Yeah, I'm here, but I'm not coming through.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, right. Sorry, yeah. Yeah, I went for the sort of like the texture rather than the shadow on that one, where you can see like all everybody else seems to have an object and a shadow. I've gone for the objects with a shadow in it, really, to pick the texture of it out.
Yeah, you didn't go for a single shadow. You went for 100 shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Did you focus deck it?
To be honest, yeah, it's 3 shots that.
Okay. And that, are you using Photoshop for that, or the?
Well, I put it into Photoshop, but I did it on layers. I did it by hand. I'm not a keen lover of the way Photoshop does it. It sometimes misses things at the bottom.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been slightly Photoshopped, that one. I couldn't get, the only thing I couldn't get done was you see that along the back edge where it looks like a rail or
Yeah.
no, sorry, the left edge coming back up to the top now where you are.
Yeah.
I
Come
couldn't
back
get
up.
the select. No, that's the front edge. I'd say that's front edge. Go to the other long edge. That one, that's it. Along there, I couldn't get that to light up, and it just disappeared into the black. And I thought, that's the first thing he's going to pull me on. That's going to pull into the black. So I took the front edge in Photoshop and flipped it over to the other side, and I blended it in because I couldn't get that to light up, and I didn't know how to get it to light up.
So here's your situation. Your light's back here, right?
I've got one there and one at the other end. Yeah.
Okay, one up here. Okay, so
Yeah.
here's what's going to have to happen. Up above this cheese grater here.
Yeah.
Your camera is coming at this angle because we're seeing a little bit of the top of it, right?
Yeah.
You need a white card at that angle. So a white card, and you can hang it flat. Just hang it flat. It doesn't have to be angled towards the cheese grater. Just hang a flat white card back about 18 inches, hanging out of the rafters like that. When you look at this, you're going to see that white card come back on it like that.
Yeah.
And it'll light this up as well.
Yeah.
So you got to think of sometimes these fill cards, these lighting boards that we need to get, sometimes they're behind our subject quite a ways.
Yeah.
And there's no use pouring light on it. You can say, well, I'll put another light on it. Won't make any difference. That chrome is going to show us nothing. And I have you have a behind the scenes?
Only a diagram. I forgot to actually take one. I've drawn out a little bit of a sketch.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this. Are you on a sweep?
Am I on there?
On a black paper sweep?
Well, it's a black cloth. Yeah, it's a black cloth.
And it goes up behind?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. That's what this is seeing. It's seeing that black sweep. So there's nothing you can do. Like I say, you can pour light on it all day long. Won't make any difference. It's going to see that sweep. So somewhere up here in the sweep, you need a white card coming down.
Yeah.
And what you do is, it's hard to do when you're all by yourself, because you just have to move it around and all of a sudden you'll see it in here. Oh, that's where I want it. Hard to do it by yourself unless you have some sort of like Cam Ranger or iPhone thing where you can see through live view or something. But it's, you got to find that angle. And like I say, it's tough to do by yourself.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah.
All right. Nice job on 30 millimeters. Okay. On a crop sensor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Cheers, John. Yeah.
Ever tried cleaning a used grater? Yes, I have. It's still my favorite cheese grater is the old-fashioned cheese grater like that. Very cool. Yep. Just a little white card up there and you'd have it. Try it. If it's still set up, go and try it. Take that white card and move it around. You'll get it.
Yeah. Cheers. Cheers, Don.
Yep. All right. Chris has a hard shadow behind this, so it makes it appear floating. Chris, are you here? All right. Got some nice hot light over here, starting to fall into darkness over here, Chris. And I don't really want to lose those diamonds and things over here. These are really cool. So you got a great light coming in here, creating a shadow. If you put a light back over here, coming slightly forward, it will throw a shadow, but you won't see it. It'll be somewhere over there. And we can get that to light up as well. Yeah, I think you needed another light to throw a non-shadow light on it. I like the shadow behind it. Fun. Yeah, okay. Yep. Arnold,
Hi, Don.
Hi, Arnold.
Hi.
You
Yeah,
actually add this wonderful little white tile effect to the black, and then had everything, you know, fit over the top. That's great.
okay. I actually had the opposite problem of, of most people. I just did a lot. I mean, I had too many things going on. I mean, I just couldn't decide what I was going to submit. I mean, if you look at the comments there, that's the series of images I did. Um, it was just my problem was which one to submit. Um, And finally, I did this one last night because I realized when I was playing with the glass beads, I was like, there's no product shot here. All I was playing around was the shadows. So this is what came up last night. I said, I gotta do something. And the caustics, I like caustics, and that's what I had to do first with the glass beads as well, play the shadows and the caustics. So eventually, this is what I came up with.
Well, I like it, and you nailed it with this. You nailed it right there.
Okay. That's actually, I tried wine on that one. It was just too dark. So I had to use grape juice, diluted grape
Hmm.
juice to get the transparency of it, the liquid. If not, it's just too black. I mean, it just blends in if I use actual wine. So,
Well, your spoon here looks great. Your horizon line, it looks like it's almost dead center, and your camera is set to have this stem of this glass be dead center and leading us right over to there. So that's very well done. Your shadows are cool.
actually, that's not a spoon, that's a teapot.
Okay. Um,
If you scroll down, I think I have an image of it. Um,
Great shadow. Means your light was quite a bit of a distance away to keep it that clean.
right.
Let's look at your behind the scenes. Okay.
So yeah, it's a
Oh, you're
teapot right there.
using a bare bulb.
Yes, I had to because I was using a flash pack head and the shadows were not that crisp. So I had to switch to a Bill bulb.
That's nicely done. How you liking your meter?
I had to meter. I mean, yeah, but the thing was I tried to use a flat diffuser and it was not, I didn't need the lighting ratio, so I switched to that, to the dome.
Yeah, you're rarely ever going to use that flat diffuser with strobe. I mean, I could probably count on less than one. I wouldn't need my hand to count how many times I had to use it in the studio, and that was for very specific close-up um, things. The dome is what you use. If you're outside and you're working with available natural light and sunlight and that type of thing, that disc comes in handy. But in the studio, you're probably going to stay with this dome.
Okay. Um, can I ask you a question about the image?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it works on that right side there, showing a bit more of the glass? Or should I just crop that out? So this, all I have is the stem of the glass instead of showing half of the top.
What are you asking me about? The
The
glass?
right side of it, yeah, the glasses. I mean, I'm showing the top, right, the rim of the glasses.
Yeah.
So do you think I should just trim it so that all I show is the stem, the
No.
bottom of the glasses?
No.
So,
No, not at all.
okay.
Not at all.
So you think the black background interplays well with the red liquid, right? Do you think that that area works?
Well, it seems to over here. We're
Right.
getting red here. We're not getting any red there. So
Okay. Right.
it looks like it's a thicker beverage or a darker beverage.
Right.
All right, very good.
Okay, thanks.
Very good. Ernesta. Ernesta here? Okay. Ernesta, I love the shot. I don't know if it's, I don't know what the shadow is in the shot because I'm not really seeing a shadow playing into the shot, but it's a beautiful product shot. One of the things that we want to make sure is that we do not lose that crown up there. You're gonna have to get it in Photoshop or Lightroom and give us that little circle back somehow right there without darkening the whole thing or creating one of those things that you could looks like it's been burned 100,000 times. Probably missing a little bit of detail in here and in here, but it's a stunning shot. And I'm not even sure that the art director would care if you missed it up here. You know, it's like, why would that matter? Because this is a mood shot. It's all about the mood of the shot of the item. It's not really about the technical shooting. Technique always comes up as a part of the play, but if you can tell a story like this, that's great. And this bright white flaring kind, I'd add some flare there, Ernesta. If you added flare there and some flare on top of the lid, nobody even asked you about it. That's very hip right now. So nicely done. Nice shot. Whose is this? Whose is this?
Go back.
Oh, it's Carmen. There we go.
Yes.
Hey, Carmen.
Hello.
First, I have to figure out what it is. Is it like a glass, tall glass with beads in it?
Yeah.
Or grapes or what?
Beads, glass beads.
Okay. That's so cool. Because I don't have any idea. I mean, when I first saw it, I had no idea what that was. And your
graphic. It was supposed to be graphic.
Yeah, and your depth of field helps that graphic along a lot. It's really interesting. The only things that are really in focus are like right in there, which is way out of, you know, the stupid rule of thirds or the Fibonacci. With a big F in the middle. Anyway, that thing. It's unexpected where you've taken the eye with this. Totally unexpected. I love that. Because it's not like anything we've seen. Is there a liquid in the
No.
No.
It's just glass beads. The hardest part was cleaning the vase because it hadn't been cleaned in a while.
It's very cool. Is it a long, tall, thin vase?
Yes.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, the behind the scenes, you can see it in the comments.
Now, is this elevated in your shot a little bit?
Yes.
Okay.
Just tilt it up enough, you know, I had a friend hold the bottle, hold the vase. No, lower it. Just no, bring it up again. Tilt it over to the right, tilt it to the left. Till
Cool.
Till it felt right, you know?
Yep. Yep. And your camera angle is just crazy.
I came in low.
Yeah, yeah, it's almost like you're so low that it's hard for me to get a beat on where you are. Yeah. I love it, Carmen. That's a great shot. Good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, good for you. 120 millimeter lens.
Oh, hi, Dawn.
Hi, Alona. How are you?
Good, good. How are you doing?
Good. So What's happening here?
It's the shadow, the reflection, the light going through the grater. Because there's 4 different sides, so the sun is hitting it kind of from all sides. So depending on the angle, you have certain things that show more than the others.
And this is a shadow?
That's shadow, yes. The actual grater is on top. You see a little bit of the silver.
Wow. That's mind blowing. That is really cool. You've got the grater upside down,
Yes.
sticking into the sun, and it's
Yes.
giving you that perfect shadow. Look at that.
It was 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so it was really harsh light.
You know, you can spend all day on this. Do want your cucumbers to be brighter though.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because here, let me do 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 do. Come on, there we go. Let me show you what I mean. Cucumbers, right now these cucumbers are very flat. So let's go in here to new share and pull this up here. So if we come in here and we take our eyedropper, where's my eyedropper? There we go. We come in here, got to show values. And we start putting it over here. We're pretty low, 195, 197, 141. We're pretty low here. We want these to be poppy, even though they're against white.
Okay.
We still want them to pop out. So here's what I would do. I would just call Nick to the rescue with Vivesa. And then because you've got, see the beautiful highlights you've got on here?
Right.
Yeah, you're already set to give, to have it be. What's going on here? I don't know what happened. Let's bring it back up one time. There we go. We've got the highlights here. Oh gosh. So if we grab the tool, put it right around that, pretty much that cucumber, grabbing the middle of the tones there, just drag it up just a little bit like that. Put the option key down. I'm going to drag this one over to here. We'll say okay. Here's the difference.
I see. Yeah, they're not as flat.
Yeah, we just pull them up. This is brilliant. This is a great shot. Super job. Super job. How long did it take you to come up with this?
Well, I shot the glasses first and it was kind of empty. And then I slept on it. I tried something else, didn't work. And I just looked around the kitchen and tried to put it outside and see what gives me what shadow. And then I just saw the grater and I thought, oh, let's see if I can do upside down and just shot just the shadow, and it worked.
Yeah, it sure did. Great. Worked great.
Thank you.
Love it. Great job.
Thank
Mia. Is Mia here? Mia Anderson? Okay, I'm sorry you're not here. Mia, I think your shot's too dark. These drinks should be poppy and this should be brighter up here. Everything in here looks too dark. I'm going to drag it off. I'm going to drag it into Photoshop real quick here. I'm going to share Photoshop again. And we're going to find out if it's really too dark by grabbing the background, moving it down to make a new layer, and then grabbing this and going to screen. If I go to screen, I think it looks a lot better. This looks brighter. These drinks look nice and bright. Screen is one stop of light. So you're a stop underexposed here to get that. We need to get this kind of refreshing, brighter thing there. Lovely shot. Lovely shot. I think you've got to watch that that darkness. It could be your monitor. Could be Facebook for that matter, but it could be your monitor going you a little bit too dark there. And I don't know if you use this guy or not. Yeah, I think you did use that guy. You might try for something to block out some of these windows. You might get a sharper shadow. Looks very good. Looks very good though. Thank you, Mia. I'm sorry you weren't here to hear this. Sarah's got some cool, look at that. Oh, I love your angles here, Sarah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oops. So, oh, there's your behind the scenes over there.
Yep.
Using a single light.
Yep. And it's got a grid on it.
Okay. Coming down, you know what's really nice is this highlight that comes over here, and everything on that top has got texture to it.
Yeah, at first the position of the light was really just wiping that right out. It was just all too white. So I lifted the back edge up a little, and you got more of a gradient across the top. So yeah, I did some inside, I did some outside, just fooling around. And
I think it's very, very good shot. And when you're using shadows, that sort of that everything in its place rule that we have applies to the shadows as well. So really the hero of the shot are these three guys here, because they're fairly even a distance from each other through here.
Yep.
Right? And then there's a little more distance between them and everything else. So it really pulls them out as the hero. You might have could have tightened this up just a little bit right there, but that looks great. Watch your drinks from the top. See if you, again, a little Vivesa may go a long way in the top of that drink.
brighten it up.
Yeah, pull that ice up a little bit, make it poppier.
Okay.
Is smoke real?
Yeah, I just lit that match and threw it in there and let it smoke.
Did you enjoy the cigar?
Not a cigar smoker. My husband did.
Actually, a pretty good cigar, isn't it?
Yeah, he got him. A good friend of ours gave it to him for his 50th birthday in December. So.
Yeah, because I was going to remark that ain't no Circle K cigar. Swisher Sweets. No, it's not one of those. Nicely done. What lens?
I used I think on this one was a 50.
Okay.
Oh, it may be in the back. Yeah, it's in the behind the scenes. Yeah, it was a 50.
Okay. It's a 50?
Yep.
Excellent. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Mark Shaw. How you doing, Mark?
Good.
All right. What's your surface here, Mark?
It's just a backdrop. Just a background, seamless paper.
Paper? Okay. You've got bright spotlight hitting this, right?
Yeah.
It's
a strobe light with a reflector and a 10-degree grid.
Oh, it's got a grid on it as well.
Yeah.
Huh. I'm surprised with the grid that we're getting the double. down here. That's cool. The thing is, when you're doing this, if this was a product shot, and it's not, it's a class shot for shadows, and it meets that very well. Very interesting shadow. Almost looks like a reflection, but we know it's not a reflection. And how do we know it's not a reflection? Who knows? If this was black plexi, that would be a reflection, right?
Yeah.
How do we know it's not a reflection?
The bottom of the glass isn't reflected.
That's one thing. Absolutely. Caught it. And the other thing is it's out of focus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reflections are generally in focus. That's cool. I would still say, though, that Mark, that you might have put a couple of boards back here, not to hide, not to wreck your shadow at all, right? But to give this guy a little bit of an edge here on the drink.
Cool.
Just to lighten him up just a little bit. And again,
Okay.
this could really stand a little bit of juice from Nick on that bright red and that darker red, or maybe right in here, and just pull him up a little bit. Just pull him up so it really starts to look bright. If there's a word you got to keep in your mind for 2020, right now it's bright, really bright. Everything is pretty bright. And get that exposure up. That looks good. What lens did you use, John? Mark?
It was my 24-70, and I shot at 44.
Oh, okay. A little bit of a wide angle there. That's pretty cool.
Thanks, Don.
A little bit. Yeah, very good. There we go.
I really had fun playing with that strobe because you could this is one of the most revealing classes we've done, Don, because I started playing, it's got a modeling light, so I'd start playing around with it, and I found I could really do some interesting stuff with those shadows.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. One strobe, a grid, some aluminum foil to make a snoot, and you can have a whole bunch of fun with it. Good job.
I really enjoyed this assignment.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you played with it. David, are you here, David? David. This is a very clever thing that David did. Created a heart here with that glass. He's got some great light coming, shadow, great light coming back through here. All of this is working really great, David. It looks like this glasses are broken, though. I don't see a thing going back there. Looks like it's broken. Maybe bring this back, swing this back to pick up a little bit of light so we get that idea that it is glasses. But that's quite all right. Little bright area up front here, right up there. It looks great. There's lots and lots to look at on the photograph. So when your eye sees it, it goes right to it and starts to try to pick out all the little things that are happening there. It's really fun.
He's in the chat.
Yeah, he's in the chat. Looks like his audio is not working.
Oh, he's in the chat? Yeah, it's a broken arm. Okay. Yeah. You're using that really hard, small light, but you didn't add any ambient to it. I don't know if that's good or bad, but we do have some places here where we're losing the glass. The glass is up against the background, and that's where a soft box or a scrim over the top, just adding a tiny bit, could save you. Even if it was back behind here, and then in front of it you had a scrim to keep it black here. Keep all this black. You just, so only thing that's seeing this is the top of the glasses, these edges right here. Shouldn't even really mess with your shadows that very much. But I know David would have wanted these shadows to be exactly that dark. Good job, David. Very good. Julie has.
Hi.
Hi, Julie. That's just lovely. Is that morning light?
Actually, it is in the morning, but I use the flash. It's not totally natural light. I use the flash. You'll see the behind the scenes.
Okay.
I had bigger shadows with the all sunlight, but I liked this setup better, so I put this in.
Got this shadow going this way, this shadow going this way, and there's a lot of light over here. So your light is pretty close here, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And because it's close, it falls off pretty quickly.
Right.
From here to here. But the other thing, it's very bright. It's really fun. I like it. I think you did a good job with it. I got no issues with it. Julie, looks pretty good.
Thank you.
Watch your spacing. A lot of distance between those two guys. And
well, I wanted room for the shadow, but yeah.
Yeah. And then you've got the shadow going into the towel, so there's a little bit of confusion right there.
Right,
but
right.
That's all right. That wasn't the assignment anyway. So that looks good. Your fruit always looks good. Just like I did with the lemons in that shot, I would do the same thing with these oranges. Just bring them up a little bit, make them.
I brought up the top one, but maybe the bottoms.
Yeah, I bring up the bottom too. Even if the top one looks pretty good, I bring up the bottom too. Just a little bit of punch, and especially that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, nice job.
Thank you.
That's your behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So what is this that you're doing here?
Well, that's all I had. I'm limited. All my stuff's in the studio, and I can't bring it all home. As you can see, I'm pretty packed as it is. It's one of these extenders that at least was half a snoot. I didn't have a whole one.
Okay.
So I thought, well, if I did it that way, it'd be at least better. Yeah.
I think it's very clever. Let's go back and look at the shot again. Oops.
So then it would be on that side. Yeah.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Oh, this is really clever, Bonnie.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I like that. Got the flame there. How did you get the shadow?
I photographed some smoke and then I took it into Photoshop and isolated it and inverted it and adjusted the color a little bit.
And they just use a speed light, huh?
Yep, just a speed light. It was about 8 feet away. Had a homemade snoot on it.
Which resulted in a very sharp shadow line. Nice. And you tell a little story with your fire and smoke. That's very cool.
Well, thank you. I had fun.
Yeah, I bet you did. And your snoot is putting a nice highlight on this candle as well as the wall back here is putting a nice little side light. You see it there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice little product shot as well.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. I can see that as the cover for a candle company.
Oh, cool.
That'd be pretty cool. All right, Terry McDermott.
Hey, Don, how are you?
Pretty good. This is floating. Is that what this is doing?
No, it's standing on a bookshelf, top of a bookshelf.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have a teeny little fishing line to tie it to the ceiling.
Yeah. And how heavy is it?
Pretty heavy. It's steel.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Fishing line might not be your first go-to.
no. And I found a little cup, little clear cup that I could use to, because the rays are forward and back of each other, I used a little cup to stand it out and then cloned it out.
Okay. That's very cool. It's a nice piece.
Yeah, I got it in
Shadows.
Arizona, down in Tubac.
Where'd you get it?
In Tubac, down in Arizona.
Oh, I wonder where it was made.
I don't know. I could look
Yeah,
at the back.
I don't recognize the dye. You got it at Tubac?
I think so. In one of the little vendors that has all the pots and little steel things.
Uh-huh. And now it's on the res, right?
Tubac down below, way down southeast of Tucson. Oh yeah, way down southeast of Tucson, Tubac.
Okay, all right. That's why. Yeah, that's why. Yeah. So
Artsy fartsy little place.
they get a lot of influence coming up from the Mexican and indigenous people as well.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say this does not look Hopi or Navajo.
No, no, this is from Southmore.
Yeah. Yeah. Very.
Yeah, and they
cool.
have the great. Oh, there's a great Indian pawn jewelry gift shop there too. Very nice. I have to stay away.
That's really
Yeah.
cool, Julie. How did you like that?
Oh, in the comments, there's other things. I used 2 flashlights next to each other because when I was playing with light, I saw I could make 2 sets of shadows.
Oh, okay.
So then I made another scene too, playing with the shadows.
Very cool. So you lit it. You light painted it.
Yeah, I just held the flashlights off to the side while I shot the picture. My camera was on a tripod this time, and so I just held the 2 flashlights kind of next to each other, gave the 2 sets of shadows because they were so close to each other.
Ah.
Yeah, and then you could see in the first one in my comments was a different one. Yeah, yeah, this next one right here. Oh, you can't see my cursor. Yeah, that one.
Cool. I like it.
Yeah, and the other shot, the animal shot, the little ones with the animals.
Yeah.
I was trying to show the scene that the camera saw was the deer and the little trees and everything, but you don't see the statue of the lion. He's just a shadow. He's sneaking up on him.
Okay. That's cool use of shadow too.
Yeah, because there's no statue. You don't see his statue.
Yeah. And we know something hinky's going on.
Yes, something different.
And humans have been intrigued by their shadow for thousands of years. And there was shadow puppets were a big hit back in I'm going to say the dark ages or something like that. They really liked it because they knew something was going on, but they could never put their finger on it because it was in the shadow. So
yes.
Very cool. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Timo.
Yes, sir.
So what did you do here? Did you create a V card here?
No, it's a flag is parallel to the bottle, and there are 2 speed lights on 45 degrees on each side on the top side of the image.
Okay.
I needed some highlights, so I put some highlights with a softbox, blended it in Photoshop.
It's pretty cool, these guys here coming down, the chevron look, the bottle going up through them and piercing them. Your cap gold is really good. Your highlights on the bottle are really, really nice. They're in the right spot to probably meet this guy here. Could they meet? Yeah.
Not really happy with those highlights yet.
Yeah. I would darken this up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the main problem I had.
Yeah. Does look, indeed, it looks like a great concept that needs some more work.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't
I
let
had
the
re-
concept,
no,
don't let the concept get away. I love the shadows from the two lights on the back.
the side product was I was doing it with another bottle standing up, but then I saw this bottle laying around, and it had the same chevrons on the logo, so I had to switch up my whole set to get this.
All right, cool.
Thanks.
What lens did you use? Is this 50?
31 so it's 62 full frame.
Yeah. Very good. Living refreshed. What is this? Living proof restore. Whose is this?
It's Angie.
Angie, hi. How are you? Oh, there it is, right there, Angie. I forgot.
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, and you?
Good.
I love how you kept that highlight right there on the top of that stuff. Nice and open and airy, that's for sure. And then just that little track of shadow to tell us that it is indeed, got some hard lighting, which makes it look like sun, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of the goal.
Is it sun, Angie?
No.
Okay, so it's a strobe.
Yeah, it's a bare speed light. I think the next picture has the behind the scenes.
Okay.
So on the left side, there's the bare speed light, and then I had a little strip box on the right to light up the actual little jar.
Okay, that's cool. So what you're doing is you're using the speed light. Oops. Come on. Where are we? Yeah. You're using the speed light to create the shadow, but you're lighting it with the softbox.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very nice.
Thank you.
We see these shadows. We see this glass. This is what I like. I love stuff like this. We see this glass and its shadow, but we don't see the shadow from that glass. We only see the shadow, and yet we know exactly what it is because you've already showed us what it is.
Yeah, I had fun playing around with the arrangement of everything.
That's great. 50 millimeter.
I think this was the 100 macro.
Okay. Very cool. I love it.
Thank you.
I love the heck out of it. That's for sure. Love it.
Thanks.
Yes, Jerry.
Hi, Don.
Hi, Jerry. What an illusion, huh?
Yeah, well, I guess as you said at the start, that's probably something you've seen before.
Oh, I don't mean like this. I mean, no, this is cool. Because I look at it one way, I see the forks are inverted, and the other way the forks are coming out. So trying to figure out which way the forks are leaning on there is one thing. So I can see it both ways. I can see it, the forks are leaning with the fork like that, and then I can see it where the forks are leaning with the fork like that. So that's really clever.
Yeah.
That's really clever. Reminds me of something that I might have seen with Irving Penn.
Okay.
Or Weston. Just the, if you're ever looking for something to shoot, folks, you can't beat silverware. You just can't beat silverware. Grab a couple of forks and some spoons. There's just, you can do a bazillion things with them. And they're all hard to work with too. So how did you do this here, Jerry? And answer.
Got a behind the scenes shot there. It's actually quite simple in the end, but took a long time to get to it. So you can see I have the light overhead with a barn door on the flash. Try and keep a very narrow sliver of light.
Yeah.
It's pretty much almost at the ceiling height.
Yeah. So just a little bit of light here. Look how sharp your shadow is. It's really cool. That's a great shot. And it's such an interesting optical illusion. Tell me, were they leaning like this? Or were they leaning like that?
The first one.
This one. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now you tell me. Now I can't see the other way. Yes, I can. All right. Yeah, that's cool.
I struggled a little bit with the you can see some of the reflections on the back of the fork. You know, so
Yeah.
I was debating whether I was trying to, you know, take those out or not.
Well, now you've shown us black forks. Are these really shiny silver forks?
The area, yeah.
If they're shiny silver, we're not seeing it because there's nothing that these guys are reflecting. They're reflecting.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, if we, you know, figured out what that horizon line is right there, we could probably figure out where you were shooting it, because these forks are going to reflect everything in your studio. So what you have to do is you have to put a white card over there for them to reflect that white card. If you get rid of all of the shinies like that, get rid of all of them, we'll never know that they're shiny forks. They'll look like they're painted matte black.
Gotcha.
Yep. The only thing that shows us that they're chrome are the shiny hot spots on them. So is this still set up, Jerry?
Not completely, no.
Oh, okay.
I washed all the forks since.
Yeah. Next time you do this, definitely get a white card for these guys to see that white card, so we can get a little chrome on them. Not a lot, not totally chrome, because again, if we make them totally chrome, they're going to look like they're white. Got to have some of this black come through so that we know that it's chrome.
Okay.
Yeah. Good job.
Thank you.
Love that. Huevos from Richard Nabick.
Hi, Don.
Hi, Richard. These are cool.
Thank you.
I love where you put your light. You've got your light just dead center here. So that shadow is dead center up, and then they spread from there. Looks like they're even. A nice even spread. Drop your light from the top here. That's what'd you set your ambient at?
That was just a fill. The softbox you see is just a fill light, and at the bottom you see a bare flash. I put a small card in front of the flash with a little hole in it to make the light source even smaller.
Right.
The flash was too big, and since it's really near the objects, it made the edges really fuzzy. So I put a small card in front of that, and with a small hole in that for sharper shadows.
Yeah.
But that cost me a lot of light, and so I needed the fill to light up the rest of the image. Especially on the top of the image, it got really dark.
Yeah, I refer to that as ambient. You created your ambient light with that fill thing. You created light that is just going to be there and light everything up, including the shadows. You gave your shadows a base level. So by doing that with that,
I darkened them in post-processing.
By doing that, you said that these shadows are not going to be any darker than a stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very clean.
Thank you.
Good job, Richard. Cool
Thanks,
shots, guys. Cool shots. Oh my goodness, look at that. Kim, are you there?
I am, Don. How are you?
Very good. I really like this, Kim, a lot. The great colors. Great colors, blue and yellow. You can't beat that.
This was very hard because I wanted to use, it was a bright, beautiful, sunny week, but it was very windy. So you can, the window wasn't broken when I started, but because the wind was so hard and I didn't have an assistant, it broke. And so I just used it. Yeah.
And that's just the pretty early morning sunlight.
Yes, yes. And had it not been so windy and everything kept blowing over, that bottle is from Spain and I didn't want it to break and it fell a couple times. I just decided to quit because I would have played around with where that bottle hit the top because I didn't really care for that, and probably would have played around with the flowers a little bit. I'm happy with the front ones, but that back one I'm not terribly fond of. So it still needs some work, but it was just it was the conditions didn't allow for it, because I did it in the morning and then I would recreate it in the evenings where the sun was kind of at the same angle, in the back of my house and the front of my house. So
how did they compare? Late in the day, were they warmer?
I think in the evening when I actually did it, the shadows were longer
Okay.
than when I did it in the morning. But it wasn't necessarily temperature wise. I think was pretty close.
Yeah, this is I like it. I love your attention to detail. By picking the yellow flowers and the yellow label and the blue, and then there's a slight blue to your shadows. You know, what you're saying to the potential client is you got your stuff together here.
Thank you.
You know, you're not going to bring them something with a purple label and a pink flower or something that's not going to work, that you can make these things happen. It's deliberate photography. It's what I absolutely love. So good for you. Solid shot.
I try to go for the fine art aspect of it. So that's what I'm looking at when I'm doing my things.
Yeah, very lovely.
Thank you.
Yes. Sophie.
Hi, Don.
Hi.
Hi.
What is that?
I don't know how you call them. It's those things to measure time. You know, you flip them over.
Oh, okay. Little
I don't know.
sand
Hourglasses.
hourglass, yeah.
Okay. That.
And what are these? Are those? Oh, that's
It's
one sitting.
It's a
That's
big
one
one.
sitting down.
Yes, this one's sitting down.
Very clever. God, those are great shadows. Who would have expected that? That's really cool. You got one light over here, Sophie?
Yeah, that's it. Just the one light.
Is there behind the scenes?
No, I forgot. Sorry.
Okay.
But it was really just the 180-200 really in a very small ball, and just hitting almost slightly bending down, like down towards at an angle, but very, very small angle, and just very close to it, and that's it.
Well, that's all you need. Looks really great. I love your monochrome, except for the pink.
Yeah, that makes the pink really stand out.
Yep.
And I wanted to try to have the strong shadows and to have the soft ones, so I had both. So you could play for hours with these two.
Yeah, no kidding.
So.
Well, or at least until the sand runs out in the pink one.
Yeah.
Really, really fun. 50 millimeter f11.
Yes. Yeah.
8200. For those of you who do not know what an 8200 is, it's a Godox flash. It's a 200 watt second flash that looks like a big speed light. They're really, really incredible lights. They're not expensive. They're pro level lights. So they're not going to be cheap like a $50 speed light. But two of those in your studio and you're set to go. They're just amazing. Nicely done there, Sophie.
Thank you.
Daniel Franks, we don't know what we're looking at until we see the shadow.
Hey, Don, happy Monday.
Yes, sir. Pepper and salt. I love this. We have no idea what this looks like until we see the shadow, and then it tells us what it looks like.
Yeah, thanks. I initially shot the pair of them, the salt and pepper shaker, but I couldn't get them to get the straight down view of them. So I had to just shoot a single one and then composited it in Photoshop.
Yep. You'd have to be way up high with a long lens.
Yeah, I started out with the 50 millimeter, switched to the 105 millimeter, just couldn't do it. So I gave up and just shot the one.
Yeah. Nicely done. Sharp here, a little soft up here. So how far away is your light, sir?
And the next shot is the behind the scenes. So maybe 7 feet. I ran out of space. That's actually the setup for the nutcracker shot I did. I didn't choose, but the light was in the same spot pretty much.
Looks good, man.
Thanks.
Love your, just the whole design, the Himalayan salt, everything leading us up to the egg. And the egg is the only color in the picture, really.
Yeah, and the salt a little bit matches the egg color.
Yeah. Not a lot wise, but just enough wise. Yeah, just enough. Nicely done, Daniel.
Thank
I
you.
like that.
Thanks.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of shadows here for Carla. What's up, Carla?
Hi, Don.
Hi. You could probably do that. Take that Vivesa and pop this up a little bit. I was looking at your pot here. Is that ice in there or condensation?
No, it's condensation. I wasn't sure if that was good or not, but I actually used hot tea, and then the pot just started condensating like that.
Yeah, that's fine.
At the time, I thought, okay, no, that's fine. It's more realistic. But now, when I look at it, it doesn't look right.
You know, I think it looks fine.
Okay.
I do like that. And I really like the fact that you got something going on here. Is it a bubble?
Where's that?
Pair of bubbles there?
Oh, I'm actually not sure what that is. I think that might be reflection.
Okay.
Oh, there's a little on the side of the cups. There's like a little emblem. Could be that.
Okay. All right.
A little.
Remember, whenever we pour tea, we need to get those bubbles. So I don't even know if it's even possible to shoot all this.
You need bubbles with tea. I thought coffee needed bubbles. Does tea also need bubbles?
Yeah, everything needs something. Yep.
Okay.
A couple little bubbles in here, just so we know it's freshly poured.
Okay.
In fact, I think you got some bubbles right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only way we know it's freshly poured is if there's a little bit of bubble. Otherwise, it gets real flat. That being said, you know, you could always take something that bubbles nicely and take a lot of shots of it in different size glasses, right? And just save them and just grab the bubbles and move them over.
Yeah.
You know, there. I use a lighting configuration. I call it beach lighting, and it's absolutely stunning lighting on everything but the eyes. Because of the way the beach lighting is set up, there's really no catch light in the eyes. Sometimes I can add a catch light by putting a little umbrella in close on the subject side of my light boards, but it usually doesn't look so good. So what I did was I took a bunch of catch lights and eyes, lassoed them, put them in Photoshop, cleaned up the background so there wasn't any, saved them as pings with no background. And then I could just grab those and put the highlights in the eyes.
Oh, wow.
People would look at my shots and go, how'd you get an umbrella to do that? Yeah, it's just lucky, I guess.
That's cool. I might even have another shot that's got bubbles in that I could just, one of my first shots.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just pull it right off. You might grab the Vivesa, do a little bit with this lemon. We got bright here. It's a little bit dark there. These look pretty good. Nice shot, Carla. And do you remember your?
Yeah, that's fine. It was just one light, and I had one bay bulb 8400 and a reflector card.
Okay. Very cool. Nicely done. And this flash is giving you the shadow then.
Yeah.
Nice. How do you like working with shadows?
No, I loved it. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. This is JT.
Hi, Don.
Hi. Cool. Cool
Thanks.
shadow. And it's green.
Yeah.
Boy, that has a nice mood to it, doesn't it?
Thanks.
Are those real ice cubes?
They are.
Oh, okay. Looks really good. Your light, is it's got a kind of a soft edge. Is it a small softbox or what?
It is a, I think I used this square softbox on it. That's what I had on it. It was probably about 5 feet away with a softbox.
Okay. Yep. The softbox is going to soften those edges, even though they're close to the subject. And the drink looks great
Thank you.
with the softbox lighting. This is so well done down in here, so mysterious down in there. That's really fun. It's a fun shot, and you brought the neckline. I don't know if you meant to do this or not, but you brought the neckline, right into the drink. I mean, we're literally pointing at the drink, like
I took a lot of shots, so this was probably by accident that I did it, but it was the best looking one where the blouse wasn't all messed up. So it was hard to get.
Well, you got it.
Yeah, thanks.
You got it. Yeah. And the color popping off the background, the slight pinkishness to the background makes the lime just sort of stand out.
Yeah.
Cool. 50 millimeter ISO 400. And you're choosing the 3.5 for your depth of field. Brilliant. We got the whole drink in focus because of the angle that you're using. And our subject just sort of goes off in a little bit of softness.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job.
Thanks.
All right. Ling.
Hello.
Hi, Ling. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Was this done in a single shot?
No.
Okay.
No, I had a bunch of different shots, but I was trying to get the apple to be a little bit brighter, so I put in a different apple. Well, I put in I don't know, composite, I guess. I don't know how to do composites really. But I tried, so had a bunch of different shots.
How many?
For this photo, I did 3, but I
Okay.
took a lot of versions of it, so
Okay, the apple's a shot.
yes.
Okay.
The apple and then the growler, the light coming through the growler.
Okay.
And and then I had I was trying to expose for the cinnamon sticks, so I tried to get those in there.
They look good. They're lit nice, dramatically, interestingly. Everything's lit with a nice interest. We've got highlights on the top of these little guys, highlights on the cinnamon sticks, little shadows here to give interest to those guys. I think it looks great. I think, Ling, I don't know if it's perfect yet, but you're really, really close.
I'm trying to get the top part of the bottle, that shadow, to be a little bit clearer, so I'm having a hard time with
Nope,
that.
it's not gonna be.
Okay.
The only way you can do that is to move your light back way, way farther. That's it. This is just physics here. This is just physics. The distance from this to that, and then the distance to the light source. It's just physics. So you're not going to be able to fix that unless you change your light. And if you change your light, you're going to start to squeeze this in a little bit narrower. It's going to start getting narrower and narrower. Or is it going to get fatter and fatter? Wait a minute.
I don't know what else could you perfect about it.
I'm going to be really safe. It's going to change the shape of this. It's either going to make it narrower or fatter. I can't remember. I think it's going to make it a little fatter is what it's going to do, because it's going to get smaller and smaller and start to go out with the thing. So take it back a little bit. What is your light? Is it a bare flash?
Yes, bare speed light.
Okay, put a snoot on it.
Oh yeah, I don't have one, but I have some like
Aluminum
black
foil.
felt stuff.
Yeah, aluminum foil. Do the small oatmeal boxes.
Okay.
Next time you get a small Quaker's oatmeal, the little round one, save it. You can make a snoot out of that for a speed light, you know. Just cut a hole in the back and stick the light through it.
Huh.
Oh, I'm good at homemade stuff.
Yeah.
We had, you know, I mean, I'm not into, you know, making homemade stuff to take with me on location. I don't do that. I don't want to show up somewhere with a Pringle can, you know. But if I'm on location and I need a snoot, we'll go get a bag, you know, some Pringles, pour them out, and you got a really great snoot with a Pringles can. And with the little thing on the top, you got a diffuser, right? The little plastic cup.
Yeah.
It's a diffuser. It's a whole lighting kit with potato chips inside. It's just amazing.
Huh. Yep.
That's really cool, Ling. Nicely done. Oh, and we're back. We're back. Hey, did we miss anybody? No? Wow, what a bunch of great shots. We're going to swing the entire other way here. In a couple of hours, the next assignment will go up. And I will tell you in advance, it is one big soft light. One big soft light, whether it's a softbox, a window, a doorway, one big soft light. So we're going from hard shadows to big soft shadow, because we may or may not be filling in. So I'll let you have fun with that. That'll give us 8. I'm working on what our 9th, obviously this whole a great idea that somebody had of us all being home binge watching Netflix is going to last for at least another couple of weeks. At least we're told that in Phoenix. So I'll let you know that this is not the last assignment. I said at the beginning, we will go until we're not locked down. So I imagine we got a couple more assignments. I got something planned for number 9. That's going to be fun. And of course, the last assignment that we do will be a portrait. So once we're all out of lockdown, we get to go take a picture of somebody. So we'll have fun with that. Any questions?
Thanks for doing this. It really is helpful.
I'm glad. I'm just so thrilled with the level of work. My gosh, the level of work is so good. And those of you who didn't nail it, you came so damn close. You're just going to nail it next time. It's not rocket science. Just got to push it a little bit. Just ask yourself these questions. How can I make this better to your better? Not better to the world, better for you. How can I make this better? And when you ask the question, answers will come. Everybody have a great one. And I will see you next time.
Thanks, Don.
You, Don. Have a good week, everyone.
Yes.
Don.
Good week, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks so much.
Thanks a lot.